Hello and welcome to Never a Foul. Brilliant panel. I'm looking at this panel, I'm just smiling. And I'm like, I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to enjoy it here. Welcome everybody to Never a Foul. Make sure to hit that like button if you just joined us. It is Liverpool v Arsenal. I think it's the game of the season for me. Myself, we're going to ask the guys how it is. But welcome. We're going to start with Tom. How are you feeling? How is everything with you? How was your day?
Anything that's not involving Liverpool Football Club is fantastic at the minute.
Egal, how are you feeling? The smile is there. Happy Ramadan, my friend. Happy Ramadan.
Yeah, man, I'm doing good, man. 15 more days to go, inshallah. I hope everyone's enjoying the blessed month. And yeah, man, let's get it going.
Yeah, let's get it going. Monts, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I think 2 days in a row or something. 3 days in a row. It's too much, but fine. It's all right.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. But do you know what it is? Away from football, I've been alright, but Liverpool just tend to just keep breaking me down. You know what I'm saying? They just keep, you know what I'm saying? Just jab after jab, gut shot. You know the gut shots. But listen, we're here now. You got another big game, and I'm ready to be hurt again.
And Jess, Armchair Gaffers, welcome again. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you, my friend. Back in Egal, Egal back in you. You guys are a team.
I think this is possibly the dream team. I'm only here actually because I want to hear how Monts spins Liverpool's current situation into something positive. I'm just here for the spin.
For the spin.
For the spin, because you've got a good way of words, Monts. I actually love it, like from a neutral perspective. So I just want to see how you turn where Liverpool are now into a positive somehow. So.
You're going to be in for a rude awakening, my brother. Rude awakening. I'm defeated. They got me. They finally got me. They got me, bro. Chelsea was the last straw. They got me.
No.
We'll get into it.
We'll get into it.
But welcome everybody here. Please make sure to hit that like button. We already have 70 people tuning in. We're just 2 minutes in. So make sure to hit that like button. It's free. It looks like this is underneath your live chat. Get us to 50 like in the first 5 minutes. I would really appreciate it. And guys, I'm going to start with... The question is that can Arsenal do it at Anfield? Can Arsenal actually win this game? 2012 last win, 10 years or 11 years now. Can they do it? I'm going to start with the Arsenal lot. Are you guys confident going to this game? Because I'm looking at it and I say, this is a chance. I think this is your biggest chance to win this game in 10 years.
Me personally, Gal, do you want to go first? So me personally, for Arsenal to lose this game, they have to forget how to play football overnight, and Liverpool have to learn how to play football overnight. So we need those two things to happen in unison for Liverpool to have any chance of getting anything from this game. Those are just my thoughts, guys. Miguel?
For me, I looked at Liverpool's home record, and I say respect their home record. But Liverpool this season overall, I shouldn't really be worried. You have to show me a level of consistency that makes me fear you. If you're going to say, you know what, a team that's been as consistent as us, going away from home, facing a team that has been as inconsistent as Liverpool, we shouldn't be as worried as we would have been recent years. But you want to know something? Mikel Arteta was asked at the beginning of the year, what is his toughest game away from home in his career? And like the toughest place to play away from home, and he said Liverpool and Anfield. So we're going to take this game extremely serious. I'll be confident, but I'll take it serious. It's not disrespect. I'm not here to disrespect them like it's Tottenham or Chelsea. Because if this was Chelsea away, 3 points. We already know. But it's Liverpool.
So Tom wants to say something. He's like holding the mic. He's like waiting for them to finish to say something.
Have a bit of confidence, man. We've won 5 games out of 17 in 2023. We've only won 5. And 4 of those came back to back to back to back. So in reality, we've won 1 out of 13.
I've said that Arsenal are winning. Like for Liverpool to win, Arsenal have to forget everything they've done all season and just have the worst game of their lives. And conversely, Liverpool have to have the best game of their lives. That's what it will take for Liverpool to win. But aside from that happening, I'm confident of an Arsenal result.
You don't even need to. I'm telling you, you don't even need to go into this with respect. Anfield. That's not going to drag this sorry bunch over the line. It's not gonna. This bunch are dead. They're so dead. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them. I can't wait for the summer when I can see the back of half of them.
Just
No,
half.
This is the most scared I've been ever facing Arsenal. Even back in 2012, we always used to have decent results against you. I know we beat you 2-0 with Henderson scoring. It's like a 2011 version of Henderson score. So we've always had a decent sort of thing going against Arsenal. This time, no.
You know what this is for us, bro? This, for me at least, is for all the masses to finally wake up and smell the coffee. This is the game where it's like, you know what? You doubted us. You think we can't do it. You compare us to Liverpool from last year, continuously compare us to Liverpool of the last couple of years who kept failing against Man City. And up until now, I have people from my coworkers that are saying, if you lose to Liverpool, if you drop points to Liverpool, you're losing the league. But if you beat us, it still doesn't mean anything. I need to see it mathematically. I just think we beat Liverpool, it's done. Like you guys are our final test. You guys are our final test.
I generally think if you lot beat us, I think you'll have it'll be too much for City to keep up with. I think City aren't the City that are winning 10 games in a row anyways. It's not the same Manchester City. So therefore, we need to stop treating this Arsenal City title race like they're facing the City of the last 6 years. Arsenal have a genuine, massive chance of winning this title because they've caught it at the right time. They've hit form at the right time. They've got everything right in the back room. It's all come at the right time. And right now, the way I'm looking at it, am I ready to be hurt again? Of course I am. Do I think Liverpool are going to get a result? I think it's possible, but everything is pointing towards Arsenal winning this game. They've overcome so many omens that have gone against them this season. Who's to say they can't do it again? How many omens have they overcame this season? It's countless. Everything people have said, everything they put against them, they've just gone, yeah, cool, we'll do with that. Yeah, cool, we'll do with that. The only one they haven't dealt with is the City omen. That's the only one, and the Anfield. Anfield and the City omen, the only ones they haven't dealt with this season. Everything else has been bypassed.
I need to say something. I'm not going to let you belittle this Man City team. This Man City team could potentially be one of the greatest teams of all time if they get a treble and they go and they get three league. If they get a treble and they get 3 league titles in a row, then you're going to say categorically this is one of the best teams in history. And at this point, they're on pace for that. Arsenal have to stop them from winning the league. Manchester United have to stop them from winning the FA Cup. And somebody has to stop them from winning the Champions League. But at this moment in time, this City team has just been as good as the City teams over the last 4 years. The only team that they're worse than is the Centurions.
They've not been as consistent though. They've found themselves now. They've figured it out now. Like this past month or so, where they've got 7 on the bounce and they're smashing teams, and they've figured out what best to use Haaland in, how best to fit in certain players. Alvarez will work against different teams. Now that they've figured that out, they're good. But it's almost a feeling of it's come too little too late, almost, because Arsenal are that far ahead. Arsenal have got that head of steam. Arsenal have got that much confidence. If it was a bit closer, if they'd found that form just a game or two earlier, it might have been a little bit different. Is this the best City team we've seen? Not by a long shot. This is probably, I'd say, the 3rd best team we've seen.
Yeah, you're saying.
But hold on, I disagree with you about the last month because we have seen 2 types of City this past month, and both have been brilliant. The one with the striker, Haaland, scoring left and right, and the one without the striker.
Yeah,
that's dismantle.
So they finally figured out how to use Haaland and Alvarez.
Thank you. So you're talking about early, and we're talking about the last 4, 5, 6 games. We have seen 2 types of City that will dismantle everybody. Mm-hmm. Isn't that what Egal just said? Egal just said the last month we have seen the City of last year, but even with an excellent
City have failed. Before that, City hadn't even won 3 wins together.
Brilliant, but they found themselves.
I think it's the other way around. I think man, them are up playing City. We all have eyes. You don't want to talk about eye test, and you don't want to compare man with great stats to man that break the eye test. I'm telling you right now, City fans will tell you as well. The City team we have seen this year are trying to adapt to a new system. Pep is bored. That brother is telling Bernardo Silva to receive the ball at left back. No one can tell me the City team is the same City team we have seen year in, year out. I don't like, we have eyes. Let's not choose when we want to use our eyes and choose when we want to talk about stats. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's not do that. Because City fans will tell you themselves, they're not the same team. De Bruyne has not been the same De Bruyne. He's started to hit a little bit of form now, but that man has been playing similar to Bruno Fernandes at times. in what he's been maybe asked to do, or the way he's been playing. You choose, innit? But that's just what it is. You have.
So let me
Just so we're clear, sorry.
Just let me turn it to Arsenal. So we're talking about City. Yeah, we shouldn't be talking about. We're talking about City because they are actually very relevant into this. However,
Of course they are.
why aren't Arsenal getting the same talk? Why are we doubting Arsenal?
I know
don't
the
get
reason
it.
why. The reason why is the same argument every single week. People say, "Oh, City have done it in the past." That's pretty much it. City have got the experience of a title running, and with the exception of Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, Jorginho, Thomas Partey, there aren't many players in the Arsenal team that have been in championship winning teams. So it's just that people are looking in the past rather than looking with the eye test and looking at what they see right now. So for me, if we judge the season based on what we're seeing week in, week out, then you'll be a lunatic to not back Arsenal. But that's not how we're judging it. We're judging it based on what we know City have done in the past. However, this isn't that same City team. This is a City team that have lost Gabriel Jesus, lost Zinchenko, they lost Fernandinho, they lost Sterling as well. So they're not the same City team. We seem to keep forgetting that. And it's a City team that's also adapting to playing with Erling Braut Haaland as well. So obviously I'm an Arsenal fan, but from what I've seen, it's only going one way. Arsenal need to capitulate massively. Arsenal, it's not just a matter of Arsenal dropping 4 points. Arsenal have to have the worst 9 games of. They need to go back to that. There's always that graphic of Arsenal like Christmas time under Arteta when we had 1 win and like 8 losses and a draw. We got to go back to that Arsenal team for us to not win the league this year. But those are just my thoughts based on what I've seen this season.
Forget about the league. Going into this Liverpool game, I honestly think the Liverpool fans are underselling how good you guys have been at home. You guys have been outstanding this season at home.
Have they?
They have been amazing at home. They've only lost to 2 teams at home. Real Madrid.
But this Liverpool team has gone.
It doesn't matter.
How many draws though?
This Liverpool team has world-class players that have been week in, week out for years performing. At the end of the day, I am not trying to do this thing where I'm bigging up Liverpool for no reason. I'm saying strictly, I am respectful to Liverpool this season, even though they've been bad. You guys don't even know that you guys have only lost twice at your ground. As much as Liverpool have been bad, the reason why they're bad, they only have 6 wins away from home the whole entire season.
Every
Yeah,
lot.
the home
beating
form
Man
argument
City
doesn't
1-0,
really work
beating
with us,
Man
though.
United 7-0 against the big teams. Who are you to sit here and say they didn't win against the big team? They won against Man United, which is all the time they were third. They won against Man City at home. You're not playing away. Have some confidence.
Yeah.
I don't know why Liverpool fans are saying that we're losing this game.
Because we watch this team. We watch this team week in, week out. And this is the thing with it. Yes, our home record looks good on paper, but this is a Liverpool team that in the last 5 seasons went 3 of them undefeated at home. 3 of them went undefeated completely at home. So to then have 2 losses is a massive step back from it. Also, this team is just simply not there. Look at where Arsenal's strengths lie. They lie on their midfield. I think your midfield is a fantastic midfield. I think Odegaard, Partey and Xhaka really work well together. You're going up against Henderson. You're going up against Fabinho. You're going up against Milner. You're going up against Curtis Jones. You're going into this game with Thomas Partey as your best midfielder on form, or Martin Odegaard. They're your best midfielders on form. I'm going into this game with Curtis Jones as my best on form midfielder.
Thiago's going to play. What are you talking about? Thiago's fit. He's in training today.
Thiago hasn't played for 2 months.
Yeah,
he's going to be off the pace.
He won't start.
Okay.
We're going into this game with Curtis Jones, our best midfielder on form.
Is it mind games or Thiago's back in training?
He's only just come pro. He's been in and out of training. He's on this individual regime. They've been trying to get him back for the Arsenal game, but Diaz definitely won't be back. I think Diaz.
Okay, so I'm gonna name players. You let me know if they're gonna play or not. Van Dijk, is he gonna play?
Van Dijk will play.
Yeah.
Salah, is he gonna play?
He wasn't in training today.
I don't know.
That's mind games. Be honest. We know he's gonna play. He rested against Chelsea.
I can't remember the last time Jurgen Klopp tried to play mind games, Egal.
Okay.
I don't know why we're trying to play mind games when we're 8.
Is Robertson gonna play? Is Robertson gonna play? Robertson.
Yeah, Robertson will start. Yeah.
So Robertson's there. We don't have to worry about that. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, there was another person. Gomez. Is Gomez gonna play?
No, he weren't in training.
I don't think so.
Is Matip available?
Matip's available.
Yeah.
Konati's available, so Konati Van Dijk will
Yeah,
start.
Konate
then-
will play.
And then finally, what do you call it? In the front three is Cody Gakpo back from for some reason he was out the last game.
No, he's fit.
No, Jota's not. Jota wasn't in training today, but Gakpo is.
But that doesn't mean is that 9 games too though?
Guys, it's
I
3
think-
days
I think
from now
The
until
part
the
is,
game.
I don't get why we'd be trying to
I
play
think
mind
Mo
games
Salah
when
and
we're
Jota
in
were
8th.
told not to take photos in training, and that's just me.
But
Me
I don't get why
personally-
we'd be trying to play mind games. Egal, we're 8th. There is literally zero relevance to having a rivalry of sorts or trying to play mind games with top of the league. If it was Aston Villa who were ahead of us, I'd understand. You know,
So
tough battle.
why tell Klopp, because after you drew against Chelsea, first words that came out of his mouth is, "Oh, Arsenal are good," but where were they last year? He's just chatting shit.
Egal, you're preaching to the choir here. You're acting like I back my manager. My manager has been the
I know.
biggest idiot of the season so far. I'm you know my thoughts. I've said it multiple times. If you
Hey,
had
Tom,
to
quick
leave, I'd
question.
wave him away. I'm
Tom,
sick of it.
quick question. Last season, did you book your ticket for Istanbul? Did you
No,
believe him?
not a chance.
Oh, okay. Just wondering. Just wondering.
My manager's cost loads of people money. But there's going to be a bunch of Scousers going to Istanbul for a holiday.
Oh Lord. I want to say as well with regards to Liverpool, because like I've got an unhealthy obsession with Liverpool, and I watch them play quite a lot. And when I watch them this season, when I see players like Henderson get the ball, they're not on autopilot. Like last year when they were playing, the year before, when Henderson got the ball, his players around him knew what he was going to do. He was going to do ball over the top from around the corner, like just everything was just working. Now when I watch Liverpool play, it's like they're getting passes and thinking, okay, what do I do next? They haven't got that rhythm that they once had, and that's not going to come to them overnight, like ready for the Arsenal game or even this season. I think they need a complete reset. Tom said he wants to see like the back of half the players. I personally think a lot of players need to get moved on, and I also think not because he's not good enough, but I think you may need to move Salah on simply for like a refresh. Not because he's not good enough; he's very good, one of your best players. But I think you need to just literally start from scratch, go back to the drawing board, and build from nothing, and accept that for the next 3, 4, 5, or even 6 years, you're not going to challenge for the title, and will struggle to get European
Or
football.
30. Or 30.
30 players.
Or 30. Or 30 years.
No, not 30 years.
So
Impossible.
what
We
this
don't need to sell
Liverpool,
Salah.
I read something yesterday, and I want to really talk about this, that actually people inside the club, I think someone said that Jurgen Klopp did what he did in Dortmund, actually driving everybody out. Is that true, Monts or Tom? Driving everybody out, the backroom staff, the scouting people, and he's got the keys to Liverpool Football Club, and everybody just doesn't like it, and they just leave. They keep leaving. Is that true?
Well, we went through 2 sporting directors in a year. We've went through 3 different medical teams in his tenure at the club. And even at Dortmund, once he hit this point where he had to rebuild, he failed at it because he kept backing players who were there for ages. You know, his Schmelzers, his Blaszczykowskis, his Weidenfellers, and they were just physically gone. They couldn't handle it anymore, and he kept playing them. He kept playing, regardless of form, he kept playing them. He kept playing them. Just wouldn't play his new signings, kept playing them. Then he left at the end of the season because they finished 8th. They were bottom at one point when he announced that he'd resign at the end of the season. These same things I've not seen a change of from Jurgen Klopp, and this situation is much more dire than that Dortmund one because we wasted. Dortmund was just selling their best players and failing to replace them. And I get that's a bit hard on the manager. But us, we held on to a group of players for way too long. We held on to them for a year too long, minimum. We will hold on to more for another year because we won't get rid of them all in the summer. After that Champions League final loss last season, we should have saw the back of the majority of the squad. We should have, let them all go on a high, try and get it before it happens. You could see certain players were falling off. And this year, when you mentioned Henderson last year, you could see it was starting to become a problem, but we were getting away with it. This time, Jordan Henderson has further physically declined. For a player whose main attributes, when he was getting praise, when he was winning Player of the Year, was his physicality, his running round. Now that that's declined, he's had to rely more on his technical ability. Jordan Henderson's technical ability is awful. It is god-awful. The man can't open up his body to receive a pass, let alone play a good pass. So then our team has fell off and had to rely on technical ability that isn't really there. Hence why we've had so many dodgy results. So we need a lot of players out, a lot of players in. Is it going to take longer than a year? Most likely. But do I think there's enough signings you could make in a year to get us back to challenging? I do. If the club if the club got investments and the club made the right signings, I don't need 7 or 8. I need 5 or 6, and we could be right back up there at the top because the signs are there. But I need 5 or 6 signings. I need a system change, and I need the players to actually be rotated. And I need the depth to actually be able to be relied on for once. That's why we're in this situation, because the manager's never trusted his depth. That's an issue on the manager and the players. You'll be good next year. City will be good next year. We can get to there if we spend right.
I don't think it's that simple anymore for you guys. Obviously, you've left too much, as you said, and I agree with you there. You've made so many errors that have led to this. But Liverpool is getting boring at this point. I feel like you guys are gonna have to look at eventually moving on some of these guys, because you might not be able to get on the right timeline. It seems like you went from challenging for everything to a couple of players leaving, and you already seen the holes in the midfield, to this that quickly. I don't think any of us seen this happening this quickly.
We don't need to touch the attack. The attack's all right. Like I like our attack. I like our attacking options. That they need more time to develop. Nunes needs more time. Diaz has been out injured all season, but when he played, he was good. Gakpo's going to need a little bit more time, but we know what Jota can do when he's on form. Salah's just Salah. I don't need to touch the attack. How many
players do you think you need to get back to challenging?
I need 4 midfielders and 2 defenders, whether that's 2 centre-backs or a centre-back and a full-back.
4
midfielders.
I don't know about that, man. I feel
we're losing Milner, we're losing Ox, we're losing Keita. Jordan Henderson's simply not good enough. I would trust in so Thiago in a reduced role next year, fine. Bajcetic in a reduced role next year, fine. Fabinho in a reduced role next year, fine. As long as they're not starting every game, I'm fine with it. Then I'd need 4 midfielders to come in and replace those. And centre-back wise, I want to see the back of Matip. Joe Gomez can go sit a back up right back. I get myself in 2 good young centre-backs to play back up with a partner. And then we're good. And then all of a sudden, the legs are there. The legs are the main issue at the minute. But we also need quality, because I believe our system is a bit broken. So it will be caught in between 2 minds. We've tried to have a technical system, but it needs legs. We're going to hopefully, and it's a big ask with this club, bring in the right profile of players. If we do that, we can be back up there.
I think you guys need to get on your legs and knees for Michael Edwards to come back and whatever the problem was, to let him come back and run the club again.
He won't work with Klopp. He won't
He's
work
done.
with Klopp
He's
again.
done. He's not.
But then Klopp's the issue.
Tom, you were saying that you should have got rid of some players last season, because you said Henderson was going towards the back in the last season. But had that happened, had you got rid of, let's say, 3 or 4 players in the summer, and you was here now, I think the narrative would have been that Klopp should have kept these players on. So I just think that the whole squad as a whole was in decline, and Klopp was in a position where he was damned if he does and damned if he doesn't, in my opinion.
I don't think the whole squad's been on the decline. No, I think you can still see you can still see what Salah brings. Salah hasn't declined. We just haven't used him properly.
Yeah,
I think Konate's got better. I wouldn't say Trent's declined, because I don't think you decline at this age. I just think he's had an off season. I don't think he's declined. I think Van Dijk might have declined a little bit. I think Fabinho might have declined a little bit. Thiago's still fine.
Fabinho
has.
Yeah, Fabinho, Matip have fallen off a cliff.
Like Robertson hasn't declined.
No. But people don't. But Tom, people don't talk about Matip's decline. Like everyone wants to talk about Virgil van Dijk's marginal dip, but people do not want to speak about Matip being called the best defender at Liverpool Football Club, top 3 in the league, and man, I'm not speaking about it because
you want to know why?
It's not fashionable to talk about Matip, bro. It's not fashionable. That has fallen off a cliff.
I agree. Also, as well,
it's understandable. Why are you gonna talk about the part B when you know the A star is not holding his ship together? At the end of the day, if you're the leader, If you're the leader, you're going to get called out. If you're the main man who's the person who transformed the defense, you're going to get called out. If you're the guy who is the second piece or even the third piece, when you really think about it, Konate is ahead of him at times. You're not going to call him out 24/7. And the reality is,
he was being called. I'm only saying that because he was being called he was being called the best defender.
There was arguments to have him in the Premier League team of the season last year over Van Dijk.
Yeah, bro,
that was crazy. Look, I'm going to say this: you guys suffer from the same thing that everyone else suffers from when they start to see a dip. Everybody who has been put up to a high standard gets brought down to what they actually are. They're either role players or they're really good players that had their good peak, but when their peak is over, you see them resort back to what they were.
Who do you think that applies to then, Egal?
I think that applies to a lot of these guys in your team. I'm not saying Trent is not a quality player, but without the system that it was prior, he's getting exposed defensively. Van Dijk not being on his Super Saiyan self before his knee injury, you're seeing the defenders around him be more culpable for those errors. And the midfield, I think Fabinho, honestly, this I hear this a lot, but I think it's fake age, because there's no way that the guy falls off that quickly. He generally is past his peak at the age of
it happens at 35 years old, Egal. You know that. It happens.
He's not 35. He's 27.
Exactly. It happens, and I've seen it a lot here, and I've seen it a lot. It happens at a different age than 29. It's 29 when 30. He shouldn't be declining.
You got to look at how much we've played certain players. Fabinho played every single game, bar injury, for 5 years.
Rodri played a lot as well.
Like,
Rodri played a lot
right now.
That's fine, but we never dropped Fabinho. Last year was the first time we were seeing Fabinho get rest, and he still didn't do it enough because he got injured before the Champions League final.
I don't know if you guys watch other sports, but there's this thing where you have like your small little peak, like in basketball. There's a guy who will come out of nowhere, like Paul Millsap. He'll be good for like 3-4 years and be a star on his team, and then go resort back to being average immediately after like a certain age. That's what's happened to Fabinho. And it's crazy that it's happening at 29. Usually this happens at like 35. You see somebody completely fall off the cliff. But with him goes your midfield. With Van Dijk's knee injury and him not being up to his level, he can't anchor the defense as much as he can. And Joe Gomez, who was supposed to be one of the best young center halves, is being exposed. You got Matip being exposed. Konate's injury issues you've already known before he came in. And then it trickles down to Mo Salah now.
It trickled down to the fact that we spent 120 million on 2 attackers you don't even know where their best position is. What even is that?
Who's that on?
Is Nunes a left winger or is he a striker? Is Gakpo a left winger or is he a striker? What are they? Like how are you putting that much investment into guys who not even them per se? They probably might have their preferred positions themselves, but we all know it's down to the manager. So how do we look at players where the manager can't even make up his mind as to where he plays these guys, and that's where your money, that's where your investment has gone? When I'm hearing bozos, and I'm saying the same man that don't hold Klopp accountable for anything are the same man that let their gal cheat on them time after time and say, "Baby, I love you," is calm. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, that's them, man. Because how could you look at Jurgen Klopp and not hold him accountable for being outclassed and out-tacticked by enough managers in the league? He takes it one step further and gets outclassed and gets out-tacticked by an interim manager. So he's not. It's not the Peps, and it's not the Peps anymore. It's not the Franks and the De Zerbis anymore. He's gone. You know what? I'm going to get out-tacticked.
In the space of 2 weeks, he got out-tacticked by Gary O'Neill, Bruno Soltor, and Pep Guardiola. He got out-tacticked by all 3 of them badly.
How do you get out-tacticked by an interim manager who's no longer he's fucked off? He got out
one game.
A man managed 1 game in his whole life, out-tacticked Klopp and fucked off. He fucked off.
You know what that is?
That is mad.
You know what that is? It's the Arsene Wenger gene. I love Arsene Wenger, but you love the guy, you want him to stay and manage your club forever, but the reality is he needs to walk at the end of the season.
I don't want him to stay and manage forever. I've got my replacements already.
I'm not even saying Klopp, like it's not even a Klopp out thing. But what I'm trying to say is that you're looking at the situation, and you're looking at how you could have solved it. You're looking at what we could have done last summer. A lot of people, I don't think it was the most complicated thing in the world to see that we needed a midfielder. I know we probably sound like a broken record when we talk about the midfield, but at the end of the day, that player trust and that player loyalty has turned around and stabbed us in the back. And unfortunately, too many players have declined at the same time, because unfortunately, when you play the same way for 5 years and something changes, the rest of the blocks will come tumbling down. That's not just football. That's in everything you do in life. When you play the same way, go on.
Once, before I lose my train of thought, I popped out for a sec, talking about declines. I need to know, okay, because Tom said that Trent hasn't declined. I want to know, was Trent ever good, or was he just in the right system with the right skill set? Because for me, Trent is a player who's got one main attribute, and that's his passing. His long-range passing, the variety of it is just immense, and that's the beginning and end of his ability. How do Liverpool fans? No, those are my thoughts, and I'm often quite wrong. Okay, just let you guys know that I'm often quite wrong.
Yeah, I disagree, like personally.
Yeah.
But,
When I look at Trent, I see someone who give him time and space and give him runners ahead of him. He will put the ball where it needs to be. And right now, he's not doing that quickly enough. And those second balls aren't getting won because there's no Sadio Mane in there, and he's getting found out. He's always been a defensive frailty. That's fine, but it's not working for him going that way because those balls aren't as accurate, and there's no one there to hoover up those second balls. But what are Liverpool's fans' thoughts on Trent? Like, has he dropped off, or was he just never good? Has he changed? Like, what's happening
I can
to
answer
Trent?
that for you.
Thank you.
That's a hot take.
Can we before we do that, Monts, sorry, before we do that, guys, there's a 290 of you here and we're not even on 100 likes. That's absolutely embarrassing. Guys, I need at least to be to 200 likes, guys.
Come on,
Please
man.
hit that like button. It's underneath your live chat, guys. I know you're enjoying it, so you forgot about the like button. We're gonna stop for like 20 seconds until you hit that like button, please, for us. It looks like this is free. It doesn't cost you a penny, but it helps us massively.
Wait, you're on 100 likes. How many likes are you on?
Yeah, basically, 1 in 3 people have liked this video. So, guys, I need you to buck up your ideas and hit the like button. It's literally right below the screen, right below Jess. You see where Jess is, and you see the barcode, the code, the NAF 15. Go below that one more time and click the button. Come on, people, don't be doing all that. This is Liverpool tears. Liverpool tears.
By the way, Egal, that wasn't a take. I was just asked questions like what are Liverpool's fans' thoughts
No,
on.
but to say Trent was never good, that is a hot take.
No, but the reason why I said that, and like I said, Egal, and guys, I'm often very wrong. Made very bad life choices as a whole, so don't take my word as gospel. What I mean is that he hasn't changed. Okay, if you look at Trent playing now, if you look at him in isolation in any game, nothing has changed between now and 5 years ago when he made his debut.
Oh,
was that free kick? Has it?
It has.
Maybe I'm not watching enough.
Tom, do you want to go or do I want to go? Which one?
I mean, I won't be long on it. I'll just say that when we know he's never been the best defender in the world, and we know that teams target him, so then putting a right winger, a 19-year-old right winger who has never done defensive work in his life, as the man's shield, I don't think he's dropped off. He still makes the same amount of tackles. He still is able to, stop the same amount of attacks. It's just there's more happening down that side, so they get past him more. On an attacking end, that's not to do with Trent. Still puts in the right balls. Trent still puts in the right passes, not to the same frequency, but that's because my manager doesn't know how to line up his attack. We bought a striker to play left wing. We bought a left winger to play striker. We've bought 2 number 10s, and we don't play a number 10. So they just don't play. They just don't even touch the pitch. So it's broken, and I think Trent's just a victim of that. Do I need to see a step up next year, provided that we get midfielders in and everything? 100% I do, because then I'd assume the tool has got the right pieces around him.
I also believe Trent is suffering from the modern fan syndrome, and that's not me talking about you, by the way, Jess. I think you've actually summarized it in quite a fair way. I think other fans they go very over the top with it. When you look at the likes of Dani Alves and Cafu, these guys weren't great defenders, bro. They weren't great defenders unless, for me, the system suited them the way they did. But what was good about their systems is that their systems stayed consistent. They refreshed their systems. Our system was not sustainable. Would I say Trent is on the system player side more than just a general player that can play in any system? I actually agree with that. I think you have to have a certain to get the world-class Trent out. You're not going to get that in any system he plays. I think you have to have the shield. You have to have the Henderson legs, or I say the Henderson legs because he's the guy that's done it the best. The guy who's going to overlap him, the guy that's going to protect him, the guy that's going to let him roam and do.
You need the water boy. You need the one to do the dirty work for him.
You need someone to do the dirty work, and often people look at João Cancelo, and like it or not, João Cancelo is very similar to Trent, not in terms of their exact play style, but in terms of their strengths and weaknesses, it's very similar. And people have berated and slandered Trent a million times more than they will do with Cancelo. Do you know why though? Because
they hold on to possession more.
Right, and because their system is more successful and over the long run, their system is sustainable. So Trent is being exposed for the weaknesses that were always there. Those weaknesses were always there. However,
that's what I'm saying. Sorry to cut you off here. That's what I'm saying. Like, he hasn't really changed. I'm not, as an outside looking, I haven't seen a massive change.
But then I'm going to flip that now. I'm going to flip that now, Jesse. If he hasn't changed, then again, from 17 to 21/22, Trent has been one of the best right backs. Because I'm not going to do the best whole thing. One of the best right backs in world football. He has done what, like as I said, them love to praise Bukayo Saka on what he's doing for your club, you know. But when you look at, and I look at tiers on what man are doing for their club, and when Trent establishes himself into a team that goes on to win everything, or a Foden goes on to do what he's doing for City and win 4 Premier Leagues, that level there is not talked about enough. And that's why the drop-off, especially Trent's drop-off for me, where these players, we forget that they're still young. We do forget that they are allowed to be shit for a little point. They are allowed to be.
Do you know that the best example, Monts, is Raheem Sterling at Man City? Was absolutely phenomenal, right? Numbers wise, scoring goals left and right.
100%.
Now he goes to Chelsea, and it's not so. Trent stayed in the same team, but the system is broken now. So he went to Chelsea, system is broken, and every time Raheem Sterling is playing, he doesn't look like the same guy. It's like his brother. He's not the same guy. Completely different person.
But there's nothing with being a system player, in my opinion, because football is football. That is football. That is modern day football.
Trent Alexander-Arnold was getting praised to the level where people were calling him the best right back in Premier League.
I said it. I agree.
So,
and that was overboard.
So to say he doesn't get spoken about enough is ridiculous. The guy was literally being spoken about the most. He was put in every single World Team of the Year.
Right.
He was put in Champions League Team of the Year,
and rightly,
Premier
hold
League
on,
of the Year,
rightly
FIFA Team
so.
of the Year.
Rightly
I
so.
get it. So to say he's not getting praise is ridiculous. The
I didn't
difference
say
is
he's not getting praised. I'm not saying it wasn't
No.
spoken about enough, because look at it.
it is spoken about.
People were doing the half, bro. Look at Bukayo Saka is being spoken about in a way where I think it's overboard. I think it's crazy talk. Man scream world class after 1 season, but there are man out here doing, bro.
He did it for 4.
No, but bro, Bukayo Saka he's been world class. He's been world class for 1 season. For 1 season. And man are giving him, not that he's playing at a world class level, they're saying he is world class now. How can you be world class after 1 season?
Let me ask you this.
How can you be world class after 1 season?
One second. Was Bukayo Saka doing it at the Euros?
Yes.
What? Oh, what do you mean? What makes you world class?
I'm making my point. I just need a yes or no answer. Was Bukayo Saka doing it at the Euros?
He done very well at the Euros and the World Cup.
Was he doing it last year?
Yes.
No. Not to a world class level. Not to a world class level. What is world class to you, bro? I'm mad. What did he carry his team to? Nowhere. You might come 5th.
Okay. One second. Is Harry Kane world class?
World class.
Is Harry Kane world class?
Please allow me.
Is Harry Kane world class?
Yes.
Of course, yes, he is world class.
So what has he carried his team to? You see, we're nitpicking here.
No. But you're using the argument. How about this? I'll give you the perfect argument. It took you, man, especially Arsenal fans, 3-4 years to admit that Harry Kane is a world-class footballer. Why is it taking you 1 year?
Right away.
Why is it taking you 1 year for you to tell me Bukayo Saka is a world-class footballer? Let me know.
Okay.
Let me know.
Who do you consider world class then? Do you consider Vinicius world class? Do you consider these guys world class across world football that have been doing it?
You won a Champions League.
I get it. So you have to be at that level. You have to be at that level.
He's been doing it for 3. No. He's been doing it for 3 years. Saka is playing at a world-class level, but he does not argue with Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. He argues with Rashford, bro. That's who he argues with. Saka is on that level of prime Dele Alli. That's where he is, bro. And if he does it for another 2 years, then yeah, he's world class, bro. Does it for another couple of years. I'm not having this world class after 1 year.
The thing is, if you could sit there and say that this is a world class season from him,
yes,
and he's in world class form.
100%.
But for a player to be classed as world class, I need to see it across a number of years. That's not to say Saka won't be. He probably will be, but I think he's just short of that now.
This is ridiculous because Bukayo Saka, since he's come into the Arsenal team, in his first season, in 2019-2020 season. From now, he's been arguably one of our most integral players in build-up play, in chances created, in assists. In his first season from left back, he got 12 assists. That was the same. That was only. That was all in 1 second. In the Premier League and all competitions, only Kevin De Bruyne and Trent Alexander-Arnold had more assists than Bukayo Saka. His first season playing full-time football for us, and he was a left back. He got 12 assists that season in all competitions.
Danny Ings won the Golden Boot that year.
Since then,
I love Danny Ings.
Since then, he's pushed on. 1 second. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't actually.
No, but you stats like that. Just yes, he had the most assists. But
he was also
Danny Ings had the most goals. Does that put him on a world class level?
Okay, you guys are honestly at this point you're being disingenuous. You're being dishonest. You're changing things around. 1 second. It's not one season. First of all, to say Bukayo Saka has only been doing it for one season, you're clearly denying the fact.
He's been great.
Clearly denying the fact. 1 second. You're denying the fact that Bukayo Saka has been Arsenal's best player since the 2020 season.
But where have Arsenal been?
2021 season until now. 1 second. Are we going to deny the fact that since January 2020 till now, Bukayo Saka has been on red hot form? He played well in the Euros. He played well last year. He's played well this year. To say he's doing it for one season,
last season, Bukayo Saka went through phases where he was not good, bro. Like again, like it didn't happen. He went like 9 goals about getting a goal or assist.
Okay, 1 second. One second. That is a relevant point. That's a relevant point.
Now you want to pick and choose when we use stats. Now you want to pick and choose.
Explain to you why it's a relevant point.
Now he wants to discredit.
That is a relevant point.
You just told me about
that is a relevant point. That is a relevant point because Mo Salah, in one of his highest goal scoring seasons for Liverpool, went almost like 2 months without scoring a goal. But you still were saying he was a quality player. You still would say he's a world class player.
But this is what I'm saying. You lot pick and choose. It's when it suits me FC. Man, them in the comments are saying it. You are saying it. When I'm not even saying he's wrong. Let me finish. You're saying you just use GA Merchant. Man, I'm using GA Merchant when I was just told that Saka got 12 assists. So do not pick and choose when you want to use your stats. If you look at Bukayo Saka's season last season and tell me that was world class, then please reevaluate, because you cannot be calling someone world class when after one season, and then it's one and done. Where Arsenal, hold on, just hold it for a second. Arsenal they weren't in the place where they needed to be. I understand, 8th and 6th, and Bukayo Saka was one of the best players, if not the best player over that time. But if you are the best player in that team, that's not automatically make you world class. Even though it doesn't.
What I'm arguing is one good season.
But the difference and world class are two.
We're having two different arguments here.
That word out there because it's your player. But when it comes to other players, you wouldn't throw world class out there if someone has been playing world class at a world class.
We're having two different arguments. The two different arguments here. One is the one good season part. That's the argument I'm having. The world class part,
I said
we can have that conversation another time.
World class season. I didn't say he's had one good season. I said
you said one good season.
No. I said I said he's been world class for one season. He's been very good for Arsenal throughout his entire men's football career.
Okay, thank you. That's all I was asking.
Can I say something, guys? I've just put something in the private chat. If everyone can look at it, it's actually the definition of world class. Can everyone see it? Yeah, it's a person or thing among the best in the world. Okay, that's how I judge world class. And a lot of people say, "Oh, he hasn't done it in the Champions League. Oh." Soon it'll be he's never won the Copa Libertadores. Soon they'll be like, oh, but he's never won the A-League. The fact for me is that you have to be one of the best in the world, okay, in your position, okay? I know you guys might think, okay, I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm trying to load my argument just so it fits Saka. If you ask anyone, Saka's amongst the top 10 wingers in the world, okay? Right wingers, sorry. Easily one of the top 10 right wingers in the world. If anyone did...
That's a big number, bro.
By the way,
hold on.
By the way, Rashford's world class too as well. By the way.
Okay, yeah. Hold that thought for a second, Monts. Mo, yeah, it is big. Top 10 in the world. Yeah. Top 10 out of how many thousands of football players?
No, but I think that doesn't make him world class. I'm sorry.
I don't think you can actually name
that's shameless, bro.
Okay, so let's say
go back
top
and forth.
5 then. Let's say top 5.
I actually
then.
agree with Egal. Egal said something. Hold on, Monts. Egal said something correct. I actually don't think now I can name 5 wingers better than Saka in the world right now.
Right,
But that's
because
right
you're
now.
right
Yeah,
these
yeah,
days,
but that's
he's
but
playing at a world-class level.
what Mont's point
Right
is,
wingers.
it's right now. It's right now. It's not like over 3-4 years. Mo Salah now having one of his worst seasons is having the same numbers as Saka's last year, and the season is not over yet. Go look at the stats.
Salah's got more numbers than Saka this season.
Bro, I'm telling
But
you,
again,
Saka is on the
numbers aren't
level of
everything.
prime. And
If numbers were everything, the thing is, Egal, I'm not. Bukayo Saka can become a world-class player, but to become a world-class player, you need the consistency. He has world-class form. He's had a world-class season in the same way that Jared Bowen had a world-class season last season. I need to see him continue it on.
You know what? I need to confess something. I've sinned for too many times comparing Mo Salah and Mane and Havertz. No, not Havertz. Why did I say Havertz? I mean Hazard. Hazard and Mo Salah have been compared for so many years. And for so many years, I've been on the side of Mo Salah. Now I finally see what Chelsea fans are talking about. In the sense, because Bukayo Saka suffers from the same thing. Bukayo Saka suffers from the same thing.
Can we do this?
Bukayo Saka suffers from this thing where he doesn't have the GA to match up with the guys like Rashford.
No. On the eye, he's amazing. Nobody said anything.
But he has the ability to impact the team and carry a team throughout a 90-minute match and be the best player on the pitch without necessarily scoring a goal or getting assists.
So does Salah. But
Can I
because
just
he
say-
scores and assists
Guys,
so
before
often,
I do that, I gotta do
people
2
don't
things. Number
recognise
one, I
it.
gotta respect that. Bezius, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. He said, I'm an Arsenal fan. Mons is extremely right on Saka. Love Saka as much as the next Guna. But this Saka world-class convo is getting boring now. Let him grow. He's having a good season. But we got 400 people here, and we need the likes to go up at least 200, 250.
Fair enough.
Hit that like button, please, guys, for us.
Thank
We
you.
got
Big up
400
Desi.
people.
Big up Desi, because some people don't want to know. They
Months.
don't want to know.
Months. Yeah, you're not gonna fool me and you're not gonna Ginnels me, okay? You said Rashford is world class.
No, I said according to your logic, is Rashford world class? He's world class, and according to you man's logic, right?
So
How many wingers are better than Rashford in the world right now?
okay,
Name me
before I
5.
answer that question, so we're classing Rashford as a left winger then, yeah?
United don't have a striker in.
No, I don't know where he plays, but I'm happy to class him as a left winger. I'm not saying
What's
it's
he's
a
a
problem.
left winger? He's a left
Cool.
winger.
So how many better than him? You have a point. Kvaratskhelia currently is better than him. Mbappe is currently better than him.
Right.
Where does I know it's not easy. No, I'm not disagreeing with you, by the way. Chiesa, no, he's not currently better than him because he's not playing
Vinicius.
currently. Vinicius is currently better than him. But again, the level of player we're naming, I'm actually on your side here once. We're naming such elite players that in itself lets you know how good Rashford currently is. So I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah. So why can't I get the currently is for Saka? All I'm saying is there's a differential between Saka playing at a world-class level, which he absolutely is, and being a world-class footballer. He has a way to go to be a world-class footballer. When I look at someone like, and I'm going to use Trent as the example. Trent done it for 4 years, bro. He done it for 4 years, breaking records, winning his club everything that needed to be won, or being a mainstay in what they've won. Now, can Saka do that? Absolutely,
Yes,
he can do that. Absolutely, he can do that. He's on his way to a Premier League now. So who knows what can happen if he gets even better? It's scary to think what he can do. But don't lower the world-class bar to suit your man when you raise the world-class bar for players like Harry Kane, for players like Salah, and for players like Trent, and for players like I'm going to name them 3.
I'm going to be completely honest with the Arsenal fans here, and
when it suits in the FC.
Please,
how many world-class players does Arsenal have? That's what I'm going to ask.
Let's hear what Tom's saying because I want to.
Do not put Saka and Salah in the same conversation. Please don't compare them, because Salah sits on the table of the all-time Premier League greats. Saka has done 3 seasons, and 2 of them have been at a really good level. One's a world-class level.
I'm not doing
Salah, but this is the thing. When the argument is Saka versus Salah, who'd you rather take? On form this season, yes, Saka's been in a better team and had a very good season. Salah has also been decent in a shit team, but Salah has done it for 6 years straight. Salah is on course to break everything on redone at Arsenal. He's literally on course for that. bar the Premier League titles, which is a team thing. On an individual level, Salah is about to hit that. Can Saka do that? Yes, but that might be 14 years down the line. It's not worth comparing it to that
I'm
right
not
now.
comparing Salah and I'm not comparing Saka. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is he asked the question, how many players are actually world class in Arsenal then? Based off your logic, 0. Am I wrong?
I'm agreeing with you, Egal.
Yeah.
Based on your logic, 0, right?
They're not a world class level. Not a world class yet.
Based on your logic, with
Not
Arsenal,
based on my logic. That's not my logic. That's general world class logic.
Okay, so based on your general opinion on what world class is, right? 0 world class players in this Arsenal team. Find ourselves top of the Premier League table. Find ourselves in one of the best forms in this club's history. Find ourselves competitively points total as one of the highest points totals in world football based on the position that we're in right now, or up there with Napoli and Barcelona as the only other teams that have as high point totals. So you got to say what Mikel Arteta and this team are doing this season is special, and you got to put it up there with the Liverpool teams.
Here's what Mikel Arteta is doing is special, because you're right. But it's still also possible for players to be playing at a world-class level in unison, because what is going on at Arsenal is very special at the moment. That just because what you're doing for one season, because you were sixth and eighth, so you've now you was eighth and fifth. So now that you've gone to now suddenly challenging, it means right now the whole team is playing at a world-class level. Why can't you, man, just accept you're playing at a world-class level and you don't have world-class players as of yet? Why is that so hard?
I agree with you there. But you always add in a sneak this. You always add in a sneak this, which is one. You are.
You know man are just so hurt and so scarred because you've been in the mud so long.
You know what the sneak this is? You know what the sneak this is? We've not been as consistent as this season, but you forgot the word consistency. If you would have said you weren't this consistent this season, fair. But if you keep saying one season, reality is we've had moments like this throughout seasons over the last 2 years. We just never left.
So moments means moments don't correlate to anything world class.
Bro, you're missing my argument. You're missing my argument. The sneak this is you keep throwing in 1 or 2 words to throw off your whole argument. My point is, if you kept it on the consistency part, fair. But you keep taking away the consistency part and you throw it in when you're losing the argument.
Okay.
You're very slick, Monts. You're very slick. I love it. If I was ever in court, I'd make sure I have you on my legal team.
If you said consistency from the jump, fair. But you don't throw in consistency until you're losing the argument. You're like, where's the consistency? Okay, fair enough.
No, I'm talking about the world-class consistency.
Guys. Sorry, can I just say, long ago in the comments, because this has been a really good talk about someone that's very good. I want to go back and talk about someone that's very bad. Robertson.
Jess, can we run the laps first? There's 400. There's 400 man in here. I repeat, there is 400 people in this chat, and there's 187 likes. I'm gonna need to see 250 likes ASAP. You man are seeing me pop veins out of my head.
And about 250. Yeah, I need about 250. 250. I need about 250.
I need serious. Please. You know what I'm saying? Whether you agree with me or you don't agree with me, this is what football conversations are about. We're not gonna fight each other. I love it. I love these guys on the panel. I love them all. Don't worry. Let's get heated. It's an argument. It's a football argument.
Guys, use your words, not nothing else. That's what it is.
But like the video as well, though. Like the video. Make sure that happens.
I want to do the super chat from Hit44. He's saying world class Salah, Trent, Virgil van Dijk in Conference League next year. Laugh my ass out loud. Either that's a lie or Klopp is shit and needed to be sacked a while ago. Well, you can't sack a guy who played every single game he can last year. You just can't do that.
Hey, guys, sorry, yeah. I know there's no United fans here. I don't know who Mo supports, but we'll find out one day. See, Liverpool last year played every single game they could have played, yeah? And this season they've been absolutely bleeding. Can we envision the same for United next season? Because right now, they've won the best cup in the country so far in the semi-final.
United could challenge next season.
You think so? So you don't think they're going to... Okay, let's forget United. I don't want to go there.
Forget about United.
This is
I'm just going to... Mo, I don't know if you have another topic, but I just want to say something quickly about the game tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't know. Give predictions and something like this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I honestly believe it's going to be a situation where if we come to your house and we score early, it could be the biggest statement win of the season for us. already know if we win this game, it's going to be a statement because we haven't been able to beat you guys in a long time. But if we win at Anfield and we win convincingly, like 3-0, 4-0, something massive, that is the moment where everyone's going to look back to and say that was the title. That's when the title changed. The momentum.
100%.
win.
Talking about an early goal, and the statement win. Everyone's talking about, okay, cool. Do we start Trossard or Jesus? Saka's
We
back.
don't trust.
For
Trossard doesn't
me,
start.
regardless of all of that, Martinelli has to start every single game, and that for me is bonkers. The fact that Martinelli must start every single game. There's that Mike Tyson clip. My style is impetuous. My defense is ferocious. I want to eat your children. That's Martinelli. He's just, I don't know why he doesn't get more props. I don't know what it is. Maybe because he runs with his head down to the ground, doesn't look up. Yeah,
Because Saka's outperforming him.
I guess so. But right now,
you can play whoever on the wing. It doesn't need to be Martinelli. You can play whoever. We've been dunked on by Dango Utara this year. Dango. His name is literally Dango. Like
To be
that's
honest,
dunked on our heads this
with
year.
everything Jess is saying,
We've had
you have to
Somerville.
beat Liverpool.
We've had
If you
Somerville
want to win the
dunked
league,
on our
you have
heads.
to beat Liverpool.
All you have to do is nail who plays up front, and it should be Jesus. If you want to beat us, you play Jesus, and you will beat us because all he has to do is very simply, you know what Bruno done on Tuesday? Just do that. Tell Jesus to go stand behind Fabinho, and when he wants to pass, take a step either side because Fabinho's a bozo. He's not going to follow it. He's too slow at the minute. So if you pass there, then you drag our centre backs out because our centre backs have now decided they want to high press. Once our centre backs press out, your team has the quality this season to pass through a press. So what will happen is exactly what happened against Chelsea. You'll have Partey play into Jesus. Jesus will turn. Konate or Van Dijk or whoever will go out to press. Then all you have to do is knock it out to a winger, running behind, and all of a sudden you very easily have a 2-on-1 against our defence.
Let me say this,
and you will take those chances, unlike Chelsea.
Let me ask everyone in the comment section. I want to see your names. I know Bukayo Saka starting. I want to know who do you start from Martinelli, Jesus, and Trossard. There's two more names with that name because at this point we need to start. I need to start Jesus. I need to start Saka, and I think Mikel Arteta should go with Jesus, Saka, and Martinelli. I don't think Trossard gets to start this game, even though he loves a goal versus Liverpool and he scored a hat trick at Anfield this season or whatever. I really do believe it's going to be Jesus, Martinelli, and Saka. And the reason why I do say that also is just look at how the movement that we have with Jesus back and everything. I think that's gonna be how it is.
Monts has to go, so he wants to do his score prediction for the game. And also we have to end that as well. Now
I've got to go. People, big up the chat. Make sure you smash the like. Obviously,
big up.
Score prediction. I'm just gonna say right now, I'm ready to be hurt again. Liverpool 2-1. I'm ready to be hurt again. I don't know how we're gonna do it. Everything is pointing towards Arsenal's way. Liverpool are so quiffable right now, but I'm ready to be hurt again. I'm just going to head over to Big Six Pants. This is redirected, by the way. It's going to be me.
Yeah, stay here, guys. Stay here. It's going to be
stay here. Me, Babs, Troops, Coppish, all going at it one-on-one. Same sort of previous stuff. So, guys, thank you for having me on. Jess, Tom, Egal, Mo. Love, bro.
Thank you, Monts. Thank you, Monts.
I just found it funny. The first world problems you lot were having. Oh, do we start Jesus? Do we start Trossard? Do we start Martinelli? I'm sitting there going, do we start Curtis Jones or do we start James Milner?
Wow.
Do we give Harvey Elliott the job?
Roles were reversed only 2 years ago.
2 years ago? What, when we had no centre backs?
No,
we didn't have much. Like we were
I
starting.
want to ask you a question. Are you worried if Saliba doesn't play? Are you worried at all?
No.
Not at all, right?
Listen, Arsenal
who would play at right centre back if Saliba doesn't play?
Rob Holding.
Oh.
No, it's a system. It's a system, Tom. It's a system, Tom.
It's not about holding. The issue is if this was Arsenal of old, Rob Holding comes in and he gets exposed. This Arsenal, you have Ben White, you have Gabriel, in front of him you have Thomas Partey, and then even further in front of them, you have a situation where Xhaka and Odegaard are also helping out defensively at times. So
I'm going to be honest, Miguel.
You have so much pieces
you
around
having
him.
a good defensive midfield is irrelevant because we don't attack through our midfield. The reason why I went is because our only good attack, and I do mean this fully, our only consistently good attack is give it to Trent and hope Trent can ping a 60-yard switch in behind the
That's why I know
defence
that
on the right-hand side to Nunes. The reason why I'm happy that it's holding at right centre-back is if it comes off, it's not going to be Saliba quick enough to get back there. So Nunes might have one chance in behind this Arsenal defence in the game.
1 second. Are we forgetting Ben White is going to be there too? Like,
But he's
Ben
not a
White
centre
is
back.
Ben White is
Yeah, but
traditionally.
Egal, the run is behind the centre back. The run is not behind the full back; it's behind the centre back. So he
No, but
makes
I'm
a blindside
saying-
run around the centre back to get
Okay,
into the middle.
guys, great. I really we want to end this, so I want to get the score prediction. We can talk all day about it, and I know Egal is gonna have his own preview tonight, right? Later, Egal, you can plug it in whenever it is.
No, I'm probably going to do it Saturday.
Saturday before the
10
game. We'll
p.m.
do it Saturday
after
for
your
Egal.
stream.
But guys, before we get the score predictions tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., Daps, Matisse, Grizz, and Ty will have a special here on the channel 10 a.m. tomorrow. Tune in. It's an early show, but it will be special. You'll enjoy it. And we're going to get the score predictions before we go. Monts said 2-1 Liverpool. Egal, what's your score prediction for this game?
3-0 Arsenal.
What the? Okay. Jess, what's your score prediction for this game? 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. Brilliant. Tom?
God knows. Arsenal will win, but just in case it happens, so I can brag about it, like 5-0 Liverpool. I don't take predictions. I couldn't predict. You'll probably win. But if it happens, I'm saying 5-0 Liverpool, so then I look like an absolute genius.
Oh, the reason why I didn't say my prediction out loud is whenever I predict the score, Arsenal always do badly. That's why I just did this.
Yeah,
that's why I
Did you
didn't say.
predict the Man United away this season?
Huh?
Did you predict Man United away this season?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, that was what I was going to say. You were on about statement victories. I think United at home would be more of a statement, would remain a statement victory, even if you beat us by like 3 goals. I think that would still be more of a statement victory because of the situation around that game.
I think the Bournemouth game will always be remembered also.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
I think they're the ones you look back on, like even when we won the title. I remember Villa last minute header more so than I remember beating News lot 3-1.
Mo, can I just say everyone's probably laughing at me after all the respect I showed Liverpool to say 3-0, but I just feel like this is the game where we drop the gauntlet and everyone opens their eyes and smells the coffee.
I think I predicted Arsenal to win this game, to be honest. Like, they have to win it. On paper, they have to win it. Theoretically, they have to win it. I think Arsenal will win it. It's small, 2-1. It's not going to be a big score line. But it depends, to be honest. All depends on Jurgen Klopp. It doesn't depend on Arteta. It doesn't depend on anybody. If Jurgen Klopp drops deep and play at home as he played against Man City, he has a chance. If his ego is big and he's like, no, I'm going to go press high, he's going to get beat really bad.
No, the day Jurgen Klopp reverts back to that Man City tactic for any other team but Man City, pigs will start flying. It'll start literally raining cats and dogs. It won't happen. We will play 4-3.
He has to do it.
And we will get cooked.
He has to do it. But anyway, thank you everybody that watched us. I know there's a lot of people you here. Please check the like before you go. Hit that like button for us, please. It's underneath your live chat. We appreciate you. Thank you, Egal, for being here with us. I really appreciate it, my man. Tom, brilliant. Always talking to you, my friend. Brilliant. And Jess, fantastic talk. Always with you, my man. And make sure to stay here. You're going to hit 2 big 6 bands for the violence. And we're out.